As Americans, we have no more solemn duty than laying a great patriot to rest. Here lies a great man. To the Bush family, on behalf of the whole House, Republicans and Democrats, we are profoundly sorry for your loss, and we are honored to celebrate this wonderful life with you. Like so many, I feel a personal debt of gratitude today, a sentiment no doubt countless millions of Americans are feeling at this moment. The 1988 campaign, that was the first one I was ever involved with. We handed out literature at the Janesville Craig Cougar ball games and at the Rock County 4-H fair. I remember going to this big rally at Miami of Ohio the day after the first debate. The whole experience really drew me into politics. He was the first president I had the chance to vote for. And he was the first president to teach me and many of us that in a democracy, sometimes you fall short. And that how you handle that is just as important as how you win. An old preacher once said, "Grace is but glory begun, and glory is but grace perfected." Grace is but glory begun, and glory is but grace perfected. Glory is transcendent in the life of our republic. This rotunda is a trumpet call to glory. Tributes to the giants all the way up into the sky. Grace is different. It's more elemental. It is not larger than life. It is the stuff of life, the connective tissue in a free society. It deepens the well of our common humanity. Throughout his life of service, President Bush personified grace. His character was second to none. He reached the heights of power with uncommon humility. He made monumental contributions to freedom with a fundamental decency that resonates across generations. No one better harmonized the joy of life and the duty of life. There's that indelible image of him as Commander-in-Chief during the Gulf War, waving to a sea of troops during a visit during Thanksgiving. There are all these images we have of him as a devoted husband, that twinkle in his eye that Barbara always brought out, especially in those big, huge family photos you all had in Kennebunkport. This one I will never forget. There was that image of him as a loving father reaching out to hold his son's hand at the National Cathedral after 9/11. There's this letter he wrote his children on the last day of 1990 as he wrestled with a decision over Operation Desert Storm. He begins by recounting the family Christmas, and he apologized if he seemed distracted. "I tried not to be," he writes. Then for about a page, he elaborates on his struggle over sending young Americans into harm's way. Twice in the letter, he writes, "Every human life is precious." And the original copy, he adds by hand a note wishing his family a new year. In consequential times, George Herbert Walker Bush demonstrated the finest qualities of our nation and of humankind. A great leader and a good man. A gentle soul of firm resolve. He showed us that how we live is as important as what we achieve. His life was a hymn of honor. His legacy is grace perfected. His memory will belong to glory. God bless the 41st President of the United States.